If you put yourself in a new situation, then new genes code for new proteins and build new neural structures and new nervous system structures. Same thing happens to some degree when you work out, right? Because your muscles are responding to the load, but your nervous system does that too. So you imagine that there's a lot of potential you locked in your genetic code. And then if you put yourself in a new situation, then the stress, that's the situational stress that's produced by that particular situation, unlocks those genes and then builds new parts of you. And so that's very cool, because who knows how much there is locked inside of you.
The happiest people are not always the most successful people, but they're the ones who serve the best. If you will help people get what they want, then you'll receive everything that you need in life.
Make peace with your past. Yeah. Make peace with your past so that it doesn't spoil your present. That single quote. Do that? Wow.
You're going to be your habits and rituals. You better get a habit and a routine and rituals that serve you, because if you show me what you're going to do, because here's why, under pressure you'll always go back to your habit. So you've got to have habits, rituals, and routines that serve you. The next thing is this: you better think about something huge that you want to do with your life, that grips your heart, that makes you want to get out of bed every single morning, that's massive, and it should be right now. Whatever just occurred to you, it's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. And make it big, because that's going to be the compelling vision of your life. It's going to get you moving. Okay, that's at least for me, a massive, significant part of my life. And then lastly is, don't listen to people that are going to tell you that you can't do it. Don't listen to haters, don't listen to naysayers, don't listen to people that give you advice that tell you to slow down, or you shouldn't do it, or you can't do it, or the time's not right, or any of those other things. Those are dream stealers. They were sent to you to see if you'll overcome them. They were sent to you to test your resiliency. And if you can overcome that, if you just discard all of that stuff and you get clear on those other things, you've got a really good chance of doing something great with your life.
Focus on yourself, on improving yourself, of being a good person yourself. Focus on you liking yourself. Do you like who you are? Be the best that you can be, and do not try to be like anyone else.
You're more powerful than you think. Way more powerful than you think. I mean, God only knows what you are in the final analysis. You're blind to your own weaknesses, but you're also blind to your own strengths. And so then I think, well, if you got your act together, it'd be better for you, and instantly it would be better for your family, assuming they wanted you to get your act together, and not everyone does, and then it would be better for the community. It's like, how far could you take that? If you stopped wasting time, and if you stopped lying, and if you oriented yourself to the highest possible good that you could conceive of, and you committed to that, how much good could you do? Well, I would say, why don't you find out? So that's what I think you should do. You should find out. You don't have anything better to do. And there's nothing in it, as far as I've been able to tell, there's nothing in it but good. So maybe you could sort yourself out so that you wanted nothing but the good. And then maybe you could help make that manifest in the world. And maybe we wouldn't have all these terrible problems then. At least we'd have fewer of them, and that would be a start. So it's the answer to the problem of humanity is the integrity of the individual. That's the answer.
The goal is not to be successful and famous. That's not the goal. The goal is, if you have a specific God-given ability, is to live your life out through that.
Sometimes learning comes from failure, and failure is one of the best teachers. Failing and getting right back up and figuring out why you failed, and then next time, try to do better. That's being on it too. It's not just about always being this unstoppable winner who's better at everything than everybody else. Nope, it's about doing your best all the time.
I refuse to spend $20,000 on jewelry knowing I still got family struggling. Most dudes would rather buy a bust-down rollie to impress somebody that don't even care about them over paying their grandma rent for the year. Don't ask God for the bag, and then once you get it, forget why you need it in the first place. The first thing I'm gonna do when I get on is I'm gonna take care of my people.
When you are struggling and you start thinking about giving up, I want you to remember the power of hope. The belief that something better is always possible if you're willing to work for it and fight for it. Our hope that if we work hard enough and believe in ourselves, then we can be whatever we dream, regardless of the limitations that others may place on us.